We're talking with Byrne from Peak Hill, who was the Conservation Farmer of the Year in 2011. Grant, tell us a little bit about your farming operation. What's so special about it?
I would say that our operation is very innovative. It's very progressive. We also do many trials, and we're sort of trying to develop a system that suits us. We're not actually followers. We find questions ourselves, and we try and find the answers globally. Really, we're finding answers, particularly on nutrition and resistant weeds. We're just doing different things to different people.
You mentioned that you're innovative. How are you innovative?
Just about every way we do it. From building our own machinery to the way we incorporate our marketing into our cash flow. Just about everything we do. It's not in a mould. It's the way we see it and the way we find answers to our questions.
Well, let's look at the production system, and I understand that you have both a winter and a summer production system. Tell us a bit about that.
The summer system is really developed to actually complement the winter system, in that we've got problem with resistance, particularly to ryegrass and black oats, and to give us a buffer, as it were, out of the traditional chemical groupings for controlling those weeds, we're going to a winter fallow. And if we come out of winter fallow with a full moisture profile and a clean paddy, then how do we utilise that moisture? How do we make money from that moisture? So obviously a summer crop is cash flow for that crop. We'll follow that again with with another winter fallow into a second summer crop to give us a double break from those chemical groups, and then go back into a winter crop which should make us more resilient with resistant weeds and hopefully more sustainable.
Now, Peak Hill is not really noted for summer cropping. It's very much on the boundary, if not over the boundary. So how have you been able to achieve some reasonable yields and reasonable production in pretty well the southern cropping belt?
I think it's by able to manage our nutrient input, not spending too much on nutrition, and making sure our profile's full of moisture and our pasture and our paddocks are clean, and that allows us to push into the summer cropping window, keeping in mind soil temperatures and days of sunlight and all those things. I think with the newer varieties, shorter varieties, that opens the window. It allows us, particularly in some of the varieties, they're susceptible to cold weather. By looking at the varieties and selecting the right varieties, and as I say, management with moisture and weeds, it allows us to grow crops. 3 years ago, if someone said we were going to grow a viable summer crop, you would have been shouted down. But now it's quite acceptable that we're going to be able to achieve a gross margin that will be viable.
How have you been able to improve your outcomes with your weed management?
The problem I see is with resistant weeds is that we just don't have new chemical groups. We have set groups. One in every 100,000 plants is naturally resistant to a chemical. To combat that, we hit it with a different chemical the following year. But eventually, all roulette players eventually know that it's going to land on the right hole. So eventually we're going to have a weed that is totally resistant. So by incorporating a winter fallow, using gramoxones and roundups and the like, we're hoping to stretch that time before we become resistant that little bit further, and we'll be keeping our production profitable until hopefully that time there's a new chemical group and there's a new way of controlling those weeds.
What about from a marketing point of view? How have you tried to change the way that you market your commodities to the end consumer?
Marketing's hard. It's as I was saying in my presentation, when there was a single desk, it was so easy. We had a bioblast resort. We had pools to put grain into. It was a very easy scenario. There probably wasn't any more or less buyers. but we didn't need them because we could use these products. Now, without the single desk, it is left up to us to do it. So we've got to use every tool that we have. So options, swaps, forward contracts, keeping in contact with the buyers, particularly letting them know where our production is. They'll let us know what the desired traits are, and we try to formulate a production schedule, as it were, that emphasises those products.
So you try to change your production system slightly to meet the demand rather than just producing a bulk commodity.
We have. I think probably the best instance of that is that this year, with the way we farm and the ability to change everything we do in our cash flow, we came into sowing with 2,000 tonnes of barley on the farm that we couldn't price. There was just no indication that people were going to buy barley. So we were able to, with the knowledge of our rotations, actually change out of barley production into another block of canola, and to follow the market there. So I think we can alter what we're doing, what crops we're growing, what we're producing to some extent follow markets and desirable traits in the crops.
Greg Byrne, thanks for talking to us today.
No worries at all, Bruce. Thank you.